Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So it looks like we have an official announcement of whether or not those Activision Blizzard games are going to come to Game Pass once the acquisition completes. And it looks like Halo is canceling a feature that they advertised was supposed to be available at launch. We have those topics and more to cover, but before we get started, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so we can keep you up to date with gaming news. Now let's get started. First, we had Phil Spenser actually issue a statement surrounding the Activision Blizzard deal. Now before we get to the statement, this also comes at a time when the UK's competition authority has expressed concern surrounding Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard and may actually launch a second investigation into the deal. But many of us wondered that when or if this acquisition completes, what will Microsoft do with games like Call of Duty? Will they keep them multi-platform? Could they end up making them time-limited exclusives? Well, it looks like Phil Spenser wants to take this head on, and this is over at blogs.microsoft.com. He writes, "We are expanding choice in two ways, through the creation of Game Pass, which gives players a subscription option, and by bringing more games to mobile platforms, including through our cloud game streaming technology. Subscription services like Game Pass make gaming more affordable and help players from all over the world find their next favorite game. Game Pass empowers developers to bring more games to more players, not fewer. We intend to make Activision Blizzard's much-loved library of games, including Overwatch, Diablo, and Call of Duty, available in Game Pass, and to grow these gaming communities. By delivering even more value to players, we hope to continue growing Game Pass, extending its appeal to mobile phones and any connected device." So it looks like Microsoft is going to bring games like Call of Duty to Game Pass, and I'm sure this will be to lure more people onto Game Pass, and I say that because Microsoft's focus has been on selling Game Pass and not so much selling consoles. And many people did speculate that Microsoft could make Activision Blizzard's IPs exclusive to Xbox. Well, Phil Spenser addresses this in the same article. "We've heard that this deal might take franchises like Call of Duty away from the places where people currently play them. That's why, as we've said before, we are committed to making the same version of Call of Duty available on PlayStation on the same day the game launches elsewhere. We will continue to enable people to play with each other across platforms and across devices. We know players benefit from this approach because we've done it with Minecraft, which continues to be available on multiple platforms and has expanded to even more since Mojang joined Microsoft in 2014. As we extend our gaming storefront across new devices and platforms, we will make sure that we do so in a manner that protects the ability of developers to choose how to distribute their games." So you have to know that this article is definitely written in response to some of the pushback that they're seeing in these different regulatory authorities around the world. It's hard to know whether or not this statement's going to make much of a difference and whether or not we're going to see places like the UK launch a second investigation into this deal. But let me know what you think. Do you think this statement will make much of a difference, or do you think these different regulatory authorities are going to continue to dig deeper? Next, I haven't really talked much about Halo Infinite recently. I know it's still kind of riddled with issues with updates, but I did want to take a look at this headline here: Halo Infinite split screen co-op mode quietly scrapped. Now, this was announced in a video about the latest Halo Infinite fall and winter roadmap. And Famitsu here has this announcement transcribed. It says, at the 11:46 mark in the video, 343 head of creative Joseph Staten looks to the camera and says, we had to make the difficult decision not to ship campaign split-screen co-op and take the sources that we would use on that and go after this list and all these other things. Now, the split-screen co-op feature was advertised as a launch feature before it got pushed back. So I guess it's kind of not a good sign when you're having to cancel features that were advertised to be at launch. But let me know what you think. Do you think split-screen co-op was in such a demand that they'll get a lot of backlash about this? Or do you think most people pretty much just play online and don't really play with anybody locally? And in a quick note, we got an updated Sonic Frontiers overview trailer, and in this trailer we do get an official announcement. The game will be releasing on November 8th, and if you pre-order now, you can get this Adventurer's Treasure box, which looks like it's a handful of in-game items. But the trailer does go through a little bit of the open zone mechanics of how you're supposed to be able to take on challenges in the order that you would like. So if you're interested, you should go ahead and check out this trailer. Next, we have an announcement of a new Assassin's Creed game that's been rumored and leaked for quite a while now. We have the official announcement now from the Assassin's Creed Twitter account. Assassin's Creed Mirage is the next Assassin's Creed game. We can't wait to tell you more on September 10th at Ubisoft Forward. Now, so far, this is all we have official, and there's not been a release about which platforms it's going to be on or a release date. However, in some of the leaks, we have seen Bloomberg report that Assassin's Creed Mirage would be released sometime in the spring of 2023. And they also said back in February that Ubisoft was planning to release a smaller scale, stealth-focused Assassin's Creed game. And that would be more in line with the earlier entries in the series. So if you're looking forward to finding out more about Assassin's Creed Mirage, you'll have to pay attention to that Ubisoft Forward on Saturday the 10th. And speaking of leaked games, we have this headline here from Famitsu. HappyNet announces Tokyo Game Show 2022 lineup. And with an update, leaked titles include Radiant Silvergun. Now, HappyNet's going to host several stage events over the 4-day course of Tokyo Game Show, and they're going to have more than 30 titles from its various business partner companies that will be playable at their booth. Well, it looks like the schedule that came up for Tokyo Game Show leaked the game announcement. You can see the logo here for Radiant Silvergun, and this has since been taken down. Now, this is a vertical shooter that was on the Sega Saturn and later ported to the 360. And we don't know much more beyond this logo. We don't know if this is a port, a remake, or maybe even a new game in the series. Now, the developer Treasure has done updated releases in the past to games like Guardian Heroes, and in that they added an upgraded graphics mode, updated controls, and other quality of life enhancements. So I'm guessing the same kind of work here would be done with Radiant Silvergun. But keep your eyes out for this official announcement during Tokyo Game Show after it starts on September 15th. And then finally, we have the latest sales numbers coming out of Japan through Famitsu. Starting with the software sales, we have quite a few new entries this week. We've got in first place for the PS4, Earth Defense Force 6, followed by another new entry, SD Gundam Battle Alliance, and then we have Soul Hackers 2 for the PS4 as another new entry, and then we have the PS5 version of Earth Defense Force 6, and then we have the PS5 version of Soul Hackers 2. And then we have the PS4 version of SD Gundam Battle Alliance. And then we've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, of course, and Nintendo Switch Sports. And then we have the new entry for Saints Row on the PS5 at number 9. And then finally, number 10 ends with the PS5 version of SD Gundam Battle Alliance. So not a bad week with 8 new entries, but technically it's only 4 new games just across multiple platforms. And now let's take a look at the hardware sales. We had the Switch OLED model in first, followed by the original Switch at 2. And then the disc version of the PlayStation 5 had 21,000 sales, making it third place. And believe it or not, we have the Xbox Series X coming in above the Switch Lite, I think for the first time. At least it's the first time I've seen it since I've been covering these numbers. And after that Switch Lite, we have the Xbox Series S, followed by the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition. And then we have 145 people that needed to replace either their new 2DS LL or their PlayStation 4. So it is interesting to me to see the Xbox Series S come in above the Switch Lite this week. And looking back at the last few weeks of sales for the Switch Lite, it's pretty much down to about 2,000 in sales. But the Xbox Series X is also up a couple of thousand, so that combination kind of flipped these two spots. And that's all we have for today. Did anything we cover catch your attention? Do you think things are looking good for the Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft, or do you think they're starting to hit some trouble? And do you think Assassin's Creed is moving in the right direction to make a new game that's closer to the earlier entries in the series? Drop a comment about those topics or anything else we covered today. Thank you all for watching, have a great weekend, and be good.